Hi and welcome to the ninth episode of Under the Floodlights podcast. I'll get it this time. It's a bit of a tongue twister, I find. A bit different this week. We're going to try out a new format where we're going to split up the conversational points, the different sports, it's different videos. That way, hopefully, it'll be better for us and better for everyone watching. They can pick and choose which they want, what videos they want to watch. If you're not really interested in boxing or you're not, rugby's not your thing, then you don't have to watch it. You can watch whatever you want. So hopefully that works. Let us know if you like it. If you don't like it, it's something we're going to play around with. We think it'll be quite interesting anyway.
And obviously the videos, because we're shortening it, are going to be shorter, which I think helps you lot watching it. Maximum 20 minutes probably on each sport. Obviously sometimes it'll be less, but hopefully it'll work out in the end and you'll enjoy it and it'll work out for us as well.
Yeah. So this one, we're not going to do the same intro for every video,
No.
but we're just hoping people have seen this one. This is the football video, obviously the most popular.
So we'll just go with that.
Yeah. We've got a couple of stories to talk about today.
Yeah.
Namely the Champions League, which for us was last night. I'm not sure whether this is going to get uploaded, but for us,
last night and tonight.
Yeah, last night.
So this is the Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Recording. Yeah. Yeah, there was a big shock last night, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, Roma. No one. I don't think anyone expected Roma to come back from 4-1 down on aggregate to win 3-0 and send Barca out on away goals last night. I'm happy though because I don't really like Barcelona.
I don't understand how you can't. Who doesn't like Barcelona?
I don't know. I just don't. I just prefer Real Madrid.
You're just a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy. That's what it is.
And Gareth Bale, obviously. But no, yeah. It's I just like Roma. I think it's nice to see different teams come into it. I think I've seen a stat that Roma is the first club since Chelsea in 2012 to beat the top 6 European clubs in Bayern, Real Madrid, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona. Other than those to beat each other, they're the only club since Chelsea to do so. No, PSG hasn't beaten any of them either.
I didn't know if they counted as well.
No, they didn't. No, they weren't even won because obviously they haven't even done anything really in the Champions League match, have they? To be honest.
True.
So
the other stat as well I saw, I can't remember the exact number, but it was it's the first time in a long time, or only the third team ever, to overturn a 3-goal deficit.
Yeah,
in the
it was,
knockout stages.
One was Barcelona last year, was the year before against PSG.
Yep.
And the other one was Deportivo La Coruña.
Against Milan.
Yep. Yeah, years and years ago. So it's very good stuff for Roma. I think they probably they must have deserved it obviously to beat Barcelona 3-0 at home. Apparently Barcelona were dreadful.
I can't say I watched too much of it.
I was watching the Liverpool-Manchester City game, so I didn't really get to see much of it. I saw the Manolas goal, and everyone just went crazy.
Yeah, I've seen the Manolas goal. It was good commentary. I like the commentary on that.
Yeah, it just went nuts. Did you see Manolas crying on the bench as well?
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's like, after the game, he's like, when Roma fans were singing the Roma song or whatever it was, he was just crying.
Fair play to him. It's amazing to think we could have signed him for 500k a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but typical Everton. Slick with everyone, sign no one. Really.
I know, but it's great for them, and it really opens the door now as to who's going to win it, because I think, given that Bayern Munich have won the Bundesliga, but they've had a less than convincing year. Obviously, they had to sack Carlo Ancelotti at the beginning of the season, so they haven't been as strong as they have been in previous years. Real Madrid have struggled. Yes, they've played well in the Champions League, but they've struggled in La Liga. So I think Barcelona probably would have been the favourite to go through if they'd to win the tournament if they'd gone through, because unbeaten in the league still. They've only lost 3 games all season, 4 now. You really just throw the competition a bit wider open, and obviously Liverpool now have got a good result against Man City. In the form they're in, they could always be an outside threat. First of all, who do you think is most likely to go on and grab that title now? I know you want Madrid, but who do you think is the most likely? Do you think it is Madrid?
First of all, I'd say, like I said about Barcelona, they were favourites. Like I said, lost 3 games all year, but also in the Champions League, they've only conceded 3 goals for the whole tournament till yesterday. So they doubled that in 1 game. But obviously, since Roma made a shock result yesterday, I think Real Madrid are probably now favourites. Mm-hmm. I know you said I wanted them to win, I do, but I also think they will win it. They won in the last 3 years. I think if you look at who's left in it, they are better than Liverpool, they are better than Roma. Bayern Munich, as you said, have been less than convincing, even though they've won the Bundesliga. They haven't been that convincing in the Champions League. And I think Real Madrid will have the quality over Bayern to move on, especially when you've got someone like Ronaldo in the vein of form he's in. Now, he's even brought that form from the Champions League into the league now in recent weeks. So I think it'll take a lot to stop Real Madrid. And I don't see anyone left in the competition doing that. Well, you never know. Sevilla could still beat Bayern Munich tonight. So.
I think talking about Roma, obviously Roma did so well. Do you think that they have what it takes to do another, pull off another shock. If they can beat Barcelona like they did, it was at the Stadio Olimpico, the game yesterday. So with the home advantage, they made it work to their advantage.
I just think, I'm not saying
they certainly got talent.
They got talent and they deserved it. I'm not saying it's lucky or whatever, but it was one of those one-off type of results and performances. I think if they played that game 9 times out of 10, I don't think Roma are going to win 3-0. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So I think it was good. Obviously, great performance by them. Luckily, they had that result on the night, but I don't see them doing it again against Real Madrid. I don't think Real Madrid will allow that to happen. Do you know what I mean? And also, if you look at the first leg, Roma 4-1 actually flattered Barcelona in that first leg. Roma weren't that bad, and Barcelona were just clinical.
I'd quite like to see them go on and win it, because I think there's an awful lot of play. I mean, if you're talking about the everyday casual football fan, someone who's not, but knows everything about football like we do, or follows football every single day, they won't know Roma's manager. They won't know the players.
No.
Eusebio Di Francesco has done a really good job this season. They've got a lot of talent in their squad. And I think it would just be a testament to what they've done. And obviously, it's tough being an Italian side at the moment because everything is overshadowed by Juventus. They're always going to be the top side, or at least they have been the last 5 or 6 years. They've won several consecutive titles. Napoli are probably closer than Roma are to winning that title. So it's they're not getting an awful lot of a look in Serie A. So it's nice for them. And yeah, like you say, it's nice to see something different. Obviously, Liverpool would be different, but for obvious reasons, I don't want them to win. So Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, I'd rather see something different, just a bit of a change.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that. I think the reason I prefer Real Madrid to win it is because
you have. I
have Gareth Bale, obviously, who's they always support Welsh boys wherever they play, and obviously I like Cristiano Ronaldo as well, ex-United legend. So I think that's the reason I would prefer Real Madrid to win the whole thing. But I wouldn't mind if I had to pick a second team, it would be Roma, because I think you said someone new, someone different, it always helps and makes it more exciting, especially going into next season as well. I think
my only worry is that Liverpool will draw Roma now.
Yeah, I got
and
that
Salah will tear his old team apart.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think Liverpool could still win it. They got the attack to do it. Well, they just beat Man City over twice in 2 legs. So, and they're the only team ever to beat a Pep Guardiola side 3 times in 1 season. So,
it's incredible, that, isn't it?
So, to be fair to Liverpool and fair to Klopp, he's done a great job especially since the turn of the year. They have matured, I think, defensively. They're still shaky, but overall they have matured defensively.
Well, it depends how their personnel survives injury-wise. If they're going to start the Champions League game with Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk at the back, it's an awful lot stronger than if they have to resort to using Dejan Lovren or Ragnar Klavan. They're not as strong, are they?
To be fair, Dejan Lovren did have a quality game yesterday, and he has been in better form recently than he was at the start of the season.
He's not awful, but if they have their strongest lineup, Lovren would make the cut.
That's the other thing. Well, strongest lineup, if he is fit when it comes to it, do you pick Trent Alexander-Arnold now, or do you pick Nathaniel Klein?
Oh, definitely Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, I agree.
He impressed in both the games, and obviously Nathaniel Klein's just come back. He's still rusty. He didn't look overly impressive against Everton. There's no reason for me why Alexander-Arnold would drop his place. Now, Klein has to earn his spot back.
Do you think Alexander-Arnold could be an outsider for the England World Cup squad?
I don't think so. I think he deserves it probably on his ability and his performances this season, but it's the position he's in. As a right back, we have Kyle Walker, we have Kieran Trippier, and the only argument against it is, are we going to take Kyle Walker as a centre back?
Yeah, because if you do, then obviously would you take Alexander?
Even so, I don't think we will. I think he'll be the right back choice. And then if we do want to revert to a 3-back, there's different options. Which is a shame for him, because I think it would be quite good for him.
On a similar note, which I found was quite funny, there was a list of odds on like England players to be selected for the World Cup, and Paul Dummett's 28-1. He's been capped by Wales, mind.
Where did you see that?
It was on something yesterday, but I actually think he actually could still be capped by England. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's part of the caps he had for Wales.
Well, even if he can be capped by England, why? Why would we want Paul Dummett in the squad?
He's been good for Newcastle.
Behave.
He has been, though. He's been really consistent.
Behave.
Underrated.
He must have only played friendlies for Wales then.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was 2 friendlies, but still, you still wouldn't expect him to be there, even though he's been capped by Wales. I don't think he's going to be selected by England.
No,
even if he could.
But where's he? Is he actually a Welsh boy, or is he?
I think
many English players that play for Wales.
I think he's English. I think.
Oh, okay.
But I think I'm not sure if he actually is from Newcastle, but he went through the academy, so
yeah.
So he's been.
He's definitely he's a Newcastle boy, whether he's from there or not.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Back to what we were. Yeah, that was a bit of an off point there for myself, but I thought it was just something to come in with. Who do you think is going to win the whole thing? Yeah, I know you said you want Roma to win, but who's going to win the whole thing?
So I'd probably say Real Madrid as well, but I have just this really bad sinking feeling that it's going to be Liverpool. I don't know why. It's just in my gut, and I'm just thinking, oh no.
You think it's going to be number 6?
Oh no, because obviously Man City have probably been the best team in the world this season over the course of the season. I know they didn't go undefeated like Barcelona are currently, but when they're playing well, they're unreal. And the fact they've beaten them 3 times and so comprehensively over this, these 2 legs is really impressive. And obviously, it's always weird. Football's weird how it works. But obviously, City absolutely dismantled Everton, tore us apart, and then to go and see them several days later get absolutely ripped apart by another team, you think, Christ, they must be good, the team that are doing that. So, yeah, I think it's worrying for me as an Everton fan because Liverpool are genuinely really, really good. So I would be between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Real Madrid is where my heart would go, but Liverpool's like a dark, sinking feeling.
Do you think title contenders next season and the club?
I don't see why they wouldn't be. I mean, they've already got Naby Keita coming in. Obviously, they're going to lose Emre Can. If they bring in a host of new players, which they have the money to do so, that obviously they haven't spent any of the Felipe Coutinho transfer fee they received, 142 million, plus obviously the money the Premier League clubs get now is astronomical anyway. They certainly have enough to strengthen. They're going to need someone up top to replace Daniel Sturridge or Danny Ings because they can't rely too heavily on Roberto Firmino. If they strengthen the midfield and at the back, I don't see why not. They've got the attacking ethos under Jurgen Klopp. He's got this team nailed to a system how they work. So it's just personnel really. If they can get the right names in, then they could be a threat, which is worrying. Obviously, from a biased perspective, it's worrying. But it would also open the competition up a little bit more because I think everyone would admit this season has been quite boring to watch in terms of the title chase. Yeah. Yes, it's great to watch Man City play, but there's been no contest since day one, really.
That's fair enough. But we'll move on from the Champions League. It's something we just said City win in the league. Luckily, they didn't win it at the Etihad against us on the weekend in the big derby.
They're having a bad run of games at the moment.
3 losses in a row now after yesterday. But I actually couldn't believe we won on the weekend. We should have been about 6-0 down half time. We were that bad. You were
2-0 down.
We were 2-0 down.
3-2.
But honestly, it should have been about 6-0 half time. We should have been out of the game, nothing. And then suddenly, second half, Pogba turned up, scored 2 goals in space of like 90 seconds. And
I never saw the first half, but Pogba
turned up somehow, got 2 good goals. Well, second one was probably poor City defending more than anything. Otamendi let him run off, and it was just a good header. And then Chris Smalling made up for letting Company beat them in the first half by beating Company to the ball for our goal. And yeah, Chrissy Smalling scored the winner.
It's a big statement from Pogba as well, especially given what the news was at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, about giving off City in January, and he had a blue strip in his hair as well, which I thought
it's a bizarre choice.
It was from French dude, because obviously he's France, but still, you don't really.
It was light blue. It wasn't France blue, was it? It was sky blue.
So I didn't really get. If you're gonna have blue hair for one game, it's not that game. But
yeah, it's a good. I think it's good for him with everyone talking. Pep Guardiola saying obviously we were offered him, couldn't afford him. Mina Raiola saying that never happened. I never offered him at all. It's good for Pogba just to sort of set that aside. Let's not talk about where I would have been and where I am. I'm scoring goals for Man United. That's all that's important.
It was good. What I like to see as well at the end of the game, which we haven't seen in a while, is the passion of the players at the end of the game, going up to the away fans and obviously showing their love for the club, especially people like Jesse Lingard, who obviously is United through and through. Pogba done the same thing, and all the rest of the boys. I thought that was really good to see. And it was just nice to see show a bit of fight in our second half, because first half we were absolutely terrible. Should have been 6 or 7 down, and then we done well to come back, fight, and score 3 goals in the second half. Still showed how weak City defence is, to be honest. I've said that for months, and the last couple of years they still haven't really got a solid back four. They still look shaky. But yeah, it was just nice to see that, and yeah, I'm just happy that they didn't win the title against us, because that would have been
the biggest kick in the teeth.
Yeah, it would have been a right kick. So obviously I know the title race is over, so I'm not worried about that. But at least we're making them wait.
It's just that extra bit of humiliation you'd have, so it's nice to not have that. Yeah,
and obviously we're only the second team in the league to beat them this year, behind Liverpool. So that was nice, and it's just great to see.
It's strange how they're folding at the final hurdle, though, isn't it? There, obviously they've dominated so much in the last month, or even the last week. They've just lost a step. That's strange.
Yeah, I think it's just. I think when you versus teams with, like, in the first half, we decided not to attack and we decided to sit, and that's not how you play City. If you're gonna have a goal, you gotta have a go at 'em.
But it's strange how quick it's turned, because if you did watch the Everton Man City game, which was 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, if you watched that game, you would have looked at Man City and gone, they're gonna beat Liverpool easy. Yeah, because they were that good.
But even then,
and then a couple of days later.
But even then, against you,
I know we're not great.
It was 1-0 City, and then you had the chance at one end, and they went at the other end and scored, and that was the kick in the teeth for you.
Yeah,
if you scored that chance. If you scored that chance, it's 1-1.
True,
different game then. So even then they looked a bit shaky, and then because when they went 2-0 up, they were just dominant. And like I said, he was just trying to make it not more or whatever.
I mean, and they did concede at the end of the day.
Exactly.
They?
So for me, it's just they're shaky at the back. They're still the best team in the league by an absolute country mile, but they are beatable, which is shown in the last week. So I'm excited for next season. I think Liverpool could contest. I think we'd still be up there. City will be up there. I struggle to see City and Arsenal up there next season, to be honest, unless Arsenal...
It's really interesting, actually, the Champions League spots, because you'd bank on City being there, United being there, Liverpool being there, but it really is open with that fourth spot. Chelsea could get it, Spurs could get it, Arsenal I don't think have got a chance of getting it.
I think Spurs are a step above Chelsea and Arsenal at the moment.
Shows that football really is in the northeast, or northwest, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think Tottenham is a better team than both of them at the moment. Harry Kane and Christian Eriksen both quality players. Dele Alli's come into a little bit of form now as well, which is obviously good for him and for England as well, going to the World Cup. So yeah, I'm excited for next year, and it should be a good season. But what was your opinion on the Merseyside derby? As I said, mine, I'm happy with how we played. Also, I want to say about the Manchester derby, David De Gea, what a save as well. When it's 3-2, Aguero, incredible, best in the league, best in the world. Thank you very much. That was Merseyside derby.
That would be a 20-minute video on its own if we started discussing David De Gea.
Yeah, but then you'd be wrong and humiliate yourself.
So we'll leave that one alone. I was disappointed. And before the game, if you'd said 0-0, 1 point, would you take it? Yes, I would take it. Definitely. Liverpool's so good. I just, anything positive about that game would have been a benefit. But I'm disappointed in the way that we play. And obviously we had chances towards the end, which we floundered. But the problem we have is Allardyce approaches the game wrong. For the first 10 minutes we looked sharp. Theo Walcott was really good coming down the right. We offered an awful lot. Obviously Theo Walcott was playing against Ragnar Klavan, so you'd think, right, that's a perfect opportunity. Centre back out of position, let's torment him, let's make it difficult. After the first 10 minutes, nothing happens until the last 10 minutes, where we have a resurgence. Dominic Calvert-Lewin goes close, Yannick Bolasie, Seamus Coleman, Cenk Tosun misses a sitter just by being an inch short, which is a shame. And it's frustrating to have 70 minutes of the game where we're completely overrun. Yes, we defended well because we didn't concede, but they were playing a makeshift side because they were resting players for the City game. Were just very... It's just rubbish. It's poor to watch. It's not entertaining. And it's almost like Allardyce has gone out there and gone, right, we'll give it a go. And after the first 10 minutes, it's gone, well, they're tough to break down. Let's just play for the point. And that's horrendous. It's horrendous.
There was not even a booking, was there?
Not a booking.
When do you ever see that in a Merseyside derby?
First time since the 90s.
You never see that in a Merseyside derby. You should never really see that in any derby.
You barely ever see goalless draws either.
Exactly, yeah.
It's known. I know there's an awful lot of debate, and we've had it before, about whether it's a real derby or not, but it is known as the fiercest derby on the field, whether the fans are or not. It's got the most...
Well, in England, yeah.
Yeah, in England, yeah. Yeah. It's got the most bookings of any derby in England. It's the fiercest on-field derby, but it was so tame. There weren't even that many fouls. Like, the fact that there weren't many yellow cards, there aren't that many instances I can think of where I go, yeah, that would have been a yellow card. Not really. It was a bit dull. But it's just a shame. Obviously, Yannick Bolasie had an amazing shot, which was saved by Loris Karius. And then Leighton Baines laid Tosun on a plate, and he just couldn't finish. But it was alright. I mean, some of the performances I didn't mind. Other than Wayne Rooney and Yannick Bolasie, who were awful. Yannick had one shot, and Rooney was just atrocious all game. Other than that, the rest of them are alright. Morgan Schneiderlin played one of his best games this season. There's nothing to complain about, really, other than Allardyce. It's just obviously has set his team up to do a certain thing, and it's just not what Everton fans want. And he's just so grossly out of touch with how the club works and how the fans need him to approach everything. the fact that he came out and said that ludicrous comment, if we were playing Liverpool in the Champions League with our league games this season, we'd have gone through on away goals. What are you doing? What are you saying? He talks utter tripe far too much. He said against Man City, we won the second half though because Yannick Bolasie scored. So just
you're still Allardyce out then.
Oh yeah. I was on the radio yesterday, day before, and I said,
"Ooh, lucky you, radio boy."
I've got to plug it. Catch me on Radio City Talk on Friday. I was asked, would I sack Sam Allardyce if I was in charge at the end of the season? I said, if I was in charge, I would pick up the phone right now. I'd put the phone down on my radio interview and I'd ring Allardyce and get rid of him. He'd be gone this second. Because, without trying to sound slanderous, I just don't like the bloke. I think with Roberto Martinez and Ronald Koeman, there was a clash of ideologies. Things didn't work. Tactically, they were wrong. Sam Allardyce doesn't understand the club at all. He doesn't understand anything. Whether he's a good manager or not, he's not. But even if he was, he's so out of touch with the club that he's not the right man to move forward.
Do you miss Roberto?
So I do a little bit. He, come into the press conferences and said how phenomenal we played. It was amazing. And he was talking rubbish. He wasn't watching the same game we were watching. But at least it was nice to hear instead of being mocked by our current manager. So, and we come fifth under him. Halleck days they were. But at the end of the day, like I was saying to you the other day, to me it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters to me now is the season finishes. When the season finishes, we find new players, we get new players in, we shift an awful lot of deadwood that we've got. Hopefully, we make a managerial change, which I think we will. And look forward to next season. If we don't, God
forbid.
The
first podcast next season,
if
he's still in charge.
We'll end up losing 3-1 to Wolves, and I'll just be banging my head on the table
for the whole episode.
But hopefully not.
I think that is it for our first separate podcast, football one. Hope you all enjoyed that. Short few. If you just like football, just watch this one. If you like,
let us know how you like this new format.
If you like this new format. If you like rugby or cricket or golf or Formula 1 or boxing or whatever other sport we got coming, make sure you keep an eye out for those videos.
Also, I suppose we could, if people let us know, we could always talk about stuff. We could add extra stuff.
Yeah. If any sport you want us to talk about, any specific subjects you want us to talk about, we'll obviously take under consideration and talk about a few. But yeah, that's all for this week's podcast. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.